Well, I thought it was a very good win for us today. I think that Rutgers came into the Carrier Dome ready to play, obviously. The score it was in the first quarter. They came out, made some nice plays, and got up early on the scoreboard and kind of looked up and knew we were going to have to roll our sleeves up to get back in the game. Fortunately, we got a little bit better in the second quarter. Then we came out in the second half and I think started to figure out who they were, how to shoot on the goaltender. My hat's off to their goaltender. I thought that he was superb. At the end of the second quarter, we had, we're trying to get back in the game, tie it up, at least make the score close. And he came up with a bunch of one-on-one saves. We had 3 or 4 right on the crease, and he made some huge saves against us. So especially to him, I thought he played a great game today, a super game. But what was good for us, I think we came back. We had to work hard for everything we got. We made a lot, better decisions, especially go in the fourth quarter. A lot of it with our shooting. I think that we kind of figured out how to shoot on him and where to shoot on him in the fourth quarter, and that was a big difference. I think we kind of forced some things, threw it in the stick early in the game, and I preach that every week, that we want to take really good shots against the goaltender, especially early in the first quarter. We threw a few towards the stick, and it just helps give that goaltender a lot of confidence. But we rolled up our sleeves in the fourth quarter. We dug in. Fortunately, we had all those face-off wins to give us those possessions and put a lot of pressure on them. And that was, we made some better decisions in the fourth quarter. It was a good win for us.
Coach, you mentioned the shot selection improved in the second half. Where were your guys putting it on net in the second half as opposed to the first half?
Well, I think we were taking righty alley dodges, and we were putting it lower to his offside, a couple bouncers. And every goalie has to cover the pipe. He's a lefty, so we covered that pipe. So we're shooting more to his offside. And we were shooting lower. I think high, we threw a couple. Some goalies will dip when you throw it at their stick, and they'll go over the top. He doesn't, and he came across his body really well to save him on the offside high. And, we took 57 shots. I looked up, I think they're winning, and we had taken 50 shots, and they're winning the game. I'm going, something's going on here.
Coach, to that point, you were 3 shots short of your most since 1997. How much of the game plan was it to produce that sort of volume?
Well, I think that with the score the way it was, as the game was going on, we had to take more shots, and I think their goalie had us thinking about it some when with all the saves he was making. But we were behind, and we had to take those shots. And when you win that many faceoffs, you got that many more possessions offensively. And I don't know what he had. I think he had like 19, 20 saves, right? So I think it was just how the game went.
Coach, what was really working so well on the faceoffs out there, especially for your wings?
Well, we feel we have really good ground ball wings. Kennedy, Fernandez, Dearth, Fusco. We've got a few guys that really get after the loose balls pretty well. And I think a lot of it had to do with our face-off guys. Plus, they had a couple guys hurt. Their starting guy is out right now. I don't know if it's for the season or not, but the guy they had out there early in the year, and I think they got another guy hurt today. So they were going with, plan C and D today.
Against Virginia 2 weeks ago, we talked about the lack of fourth quarter offense from you guys. 2 weeks in a row now, the fourth quarter offensive showing really carried you guys. I guess, is it easy to kind of draw comparisons between today's game and last week's performance late?
I think last week's game, especially in the third quarter, was just poorly played by both teams, really. So that with the score the way it was, we had to get some things going in the fourth quarter. And last week, I think we really relied on our defense. I think Dearth had a couple of goals, who's a short stick defender, and Kennedy had a goal in that game, and Fernandez almost had a goal. That sparked us in the fourth quarter, and our offense kind of came alive as a result. Today, I think it was our offense settling down, running the offense, getting good shots against the goaltender in the fourth quarter. A lot having to do with our face-off possessions.
For any of the players, what does it mean that this team is able to come back 2 weeks in a row now where you mount a pretty big comeback and pick up the win? What does it say about your group this year?
It's a testament to our conditioning. We feel like we're in really good shape, and we're bigger and faster and stronger than a lot of teams. So in the fourth quarter, when everyone else is tired, we're pretty set. So we move the ball well, and it doesn't really matter who's getting the looks as long as we're putting them away. So.
Griffin, this is back-to-back weeks you kind of had timely goals. Do you kind of see that as your goal I wouldn't say it's my role. I just think my teammates are putting me in a good position at the end of the game where I can just do my job and help the team get the win.
Nate, I'd like your thoughts. You close on an 8-1 run. So I'm sure when you're down 4 goals twice and 3 goals, you figure you got this. But then you get rolling, you're rolling. Can you take us through the mentality of what it's like when one guy scores, the next guy scores? It's just like you can't be stopped. What's that mentality feel like?
Yeah, I mean, it's a good feeling when you keep scoring, obviously, and we just like to keep the ball moving, like Trimbo said, and like Griffin said, we don't care who scores. We're always going to get amped up, and we just like to go on runs. I mean, it's a game of runs, so whoever's on that run is going to ride that wave, and we were just on the right end of that wave.
Sense that coming though?
You can never sense it, but I mean, we never quit till the whistle ends, and so, I mean, I think if we were to quit, then it wouldn't have happened.
Coach, defensively, what did you change early on to help slow down Charlie Beatties because he had the pretty hot start?
It's a great question. We were a little disappointed because, we had guys marking him, and he backdoored us a couple times. Some of it was on their inverts when they put an offensive midi behind the goal. We went into a zone defense, and they really looked to him, especially number 34. He found him a few times in the first half, and we just went in at halftime and said, enough's enough. We'll let others, if others are going to hurt us, let them do it, but we can't give this guy any more.
Jamie, you had 11 shots. Obviously, it all worked out because you were able to get 4 goals past him. But does it get frustrating in a sense when you see a goalie of that caliber able to stop so many of your shots, but you still keep firing?
Yeah, I guess it was pretty good. So you just got to keep putting them on cage and put them in the right spots, and hopefully you get a few past him. You can't really do much when the kid's standing on his head, but we just keep putting pucks on net. We had 50-something shots, so just keep after it, and a couple will fall.
And Coach, to put Griffin on the field late in the game is one thing, but also to get the ball in his stick as well, and then have him, of course, get it on net. What gives you the confidence to know that he can excel in those late game pressure situations?
Well, it's really starts with practice, right? It's what he's been doing in practice all year long, and we knew it's a matter of time for him just to get comfortable in game situations. It's a whole different animal from every day in practice to getting out there in the Carrier Dome going against a different team. So he did what we see in practice every day. He made some, very good moves. Obviously the goals were big. I think that, in earlier games, maybe he forced his shot a little bit or wasn't, didn't place it the way he did today, but he did a much better job today with that.
Griffin, how comfortable did you feel out there today?
Well, in the first half, I got stuffed on the crease, so that kind of took a little bit of confidence away. But then in the fourth quarter, the team everyone was rolling, everyone had each other's backs. So I think, as the team, kind of just gives you some confidence. So I felt pretty good out there.
Coach, you knew coming into this game that this team was going to be pretty quick on transition. They still got a couple goals off that way, but how were you able to slow them down as a whole?
Really, between the face-offs where we didn't give them many options off the face-off as far as transitions because we came up with the ball so many times, and then we just kept beating to death all week, and then gave up a couple in the first half, and just basically our offensive middies getting back. And I think you might have seen today, even Voigt got back once or twice coming from attack because he was the last guy to get back, and he understood that he needed to get back and stop their transition. And fortunately, our middies saw that and stayed on side, so they didn't go over.
John, I like your thoughts. Next month we'll bring games against Cornell, Notre Dame, Duke, right after game against Hobart. 3 of those teams are possible top 5 opponents. So as you look at the first 6 games of your season this year, some close games, some tough games, where do you think you are heading into really is what an even more tough month possible in the next 4 games?
Well, we've talked all along, we just want to keep improving. In a game like this today, you don't want to start out like that if you don't have to, but for us to adjust as the game went on, the players getting more comfortable and getting the win like we did today, we just want to keep growing from that. So it's really just about getting better. The guys have watched a lot of film. We'll watch a lot of film tomorrow, and they're seeing what they're doing well and what they need to improve on, and we'll come up with drills and practice facets of the game that we need to get better, and that's what we do.
Coach, you mentioned the face-offs playing such a big role in today's win. We talked a lot this season about trying to get both of them going. Today, it seemed like that was happening. Was kind of today the ideal for you and how you kind of want to run face-offs?
Yeah, I mean, we'll do what we have to do. I mean, the guys are both, good in their own way, and we feel we have really good wings, so that, coaches will read. Coach Donnie, who does the face-offs, he'll read what they're doing, or he's already scouted all their face-off guys. So if one of our face-off guys has a better move against one of their others, we'll adjust, and he'll put in a different face-off man. Some of it depends too on do we want the ball out? Is it being tied up? Is Fop a little better with the ground balls? So it's a lot of things going on in there.
Speaking of that, 8 straight face-off wins to start the fourth quarter. How big was that to boost the team?
That was huge because we needed to stop their transition. We needed to stop their scoring, and to give our offense that many more opportunities to get comfortable in what we were doing. I think you probably saw when we started to get on that run. We knew what they were doing defensively. Guys felt better about shooting against the goaltender, and it had a lot to do with all those possessions off the face-off.